Hey guys, Jessica here. So today we are going to talk about the latest Baby Buddha pump dupe to hit the market. So this is the Primo Passi pump. It is being marketed online with verbiage that is remarkably similar to the Baby Buddha. It almost appears to have been a direct lift from early advertising of the Baby Buddha version 1, including the reference to the rollerball joystick technology, which this pump no longer has. You can look up this pump online and you can see that early videos, it was identical to this. This pump was supposedly chased off the market by Baby Buddha a few years back when it had the rollerball and was a violation of contracts that they have with their own factory. And I think they said it was sold in Russia or someplace that Baby Buddha is not sold. But this pump is back. It does have a slight redesign, and it is being marketed as being very, very similar to the Baby Buddha. So similar that it actually hit my radar when a mom told me that she was told by a durable medical company that it was like the exact same pump as the Baby Buddha version 1. And her question was, would it work with the hack that had worked really well with her old version 1 Baby Buddha and hasn't worked as well with the version 2? When Baby Buddha updated from version 1 to version 2, we saw that certain hacks didn't quite translate between the two versions identically. So she was really excited about this prospect. So I said, you know what? I'm a little skeptical. The verbiage on the website appears to be almost a direct lift, if not a direct lift. I can't find anything that suggests that this is made by like a reputable pump company. The website for them actually appears to be like diaper bags and infant feeding. It appears to just be like a random conglomeration of infant feeding products versus a pump company. But the pump is also being sold by a durable medical company or a DME. So I said, let me get it. Let me find out what the difference is and let you know, is it a one-to-one comparison or is this the latest knockoff of a pump? Because that is a concern. Knockoff pumps are, they're a thing. It is a thing. There have been knockoff pumps for the Baby Buddha that have been sold on Amazon. They are typically very cheap and they don't typically perform really well. The companies don't typically warranty them. Some of them are fabulous in their own right, but again, these are not major pump manufacturers. They're not going to come with the same benefits that you get with a pump like Baby Buddha. So when he got it, so first thing to know, the parts look identical to the Baby Buddha parts. Honestly, aside from the gray color, these are the Baby Buddha parts, which does not surprise me because it's made by the same manufacturer. So these parts are going to be very similar to Baby Buddha, and they're going to be very similar to the NCVI pumps we see on Amazon. They're going to be very similar to Zomi parts because they're all made by the same manufacturer. Now, where that becomes particularly relevant is the question about, was this pump FDA approved? So no, there is no FDA approval under the name Primo Passi. The FDA has not approved this particular pump as it is sold. What they did approve, though, is the motor that it's sold. So the manufacturer has a large FDA approval that's a couple years old now, and it goes over the different motor and models. So that's where you've got some of the Zomi approvals, NCVI approvals, Baby Buddha approvals, and this one is falling under that. So next thing to do is to hook it up and let's see what the suction looks like. So on its surface, aside from the buttons being a little bit different, we had the same. This one has 5 modes of stimulation, 9 modes of expression, but we put it on the graphene meter to see what it would do. So let me pull that up for you now. Okay, so the suction pattern on these pump is not the same as the Baby Buddha version 1 or the Baby Buddha version 2. So on this graph, you've got the Primo Passi on the left, Baby Buddha on the right. The biggest difference that I noted is that this motor was really straining to hit the higher suction. So if you look at the shape of the peaks on these long poles, on the Baby Buddha, it very quickly gets up to suction and has the capacity to hold it at that higher suction before dropping back down. Primo Passi gave it everything it's got and reached it, but as soon as it reached it, it snapped back down. This is not a sign of a good pump program. What it means is that even though the motor is capable of reaching that suction, it's working really hard based on the programming set for the pump. The the suction patterns were also very different. This one had those 5 settings. It had lower suction on the short poles with a little bit higher suction on the long pole. I tried this pump for myself using the same flanges that I can use comfortably with both versions of the Baby Buddha, and it was just a little painful. That sharpness to the long pole is just very uncomfortable. I don't think a lot of people are going to love that. So this is down on expression. And again, we can see the pump is doing everything it can to reach that suction, but has no capacity to sustain it, which was really curious because when I pulled this pump apart, the motors are the same. The internal components are very, very similar. The biggest difference is that they cut corners. The quality of this circuit board and the quality of the programming is just not there. One of the things that I noted, I have pulled multiple Baby Buddha units apart. I've pulled this motor is it's identical to the Baby Buddha, and it's very similar to the ones that are in the Zomi Z2, the ones that are in the Tommy Tippy portable pump. None of them get particularly hot. This pump, though, the programming is not right on this pump. This pump was so hot. It had been sitting for quite a few minutes after I had run it to do the suction test before I was able to take it apart, and that motor was still blazing hot. You can actually see the padding is a little deformed after just a few uses. That is not normal. That is the sign of a cheap pump. Cheap pumps do not last. And for this particular body of this pump, everything is really compact, which means if you've got a motor that is overheating or a battery that could overheat, that is right up against your circuit board. Once your circuit board starts to overheat, it starts to glaze and essentially is on a crash course to failure. It's just a matter of how long before it fails, but it will fail. So with this pump, I would not expect to see, you know, a very long life for this pump. But that matches what I found in the manual. So this pump comes with a 6-month warranty. I did email the company, and according to them, it's a 12-month warranty. But a 6-month warranty on a pump and having that information in your manual is well below the industry standard, even for a cheap pump. This company is not trying to produce a high quality product that has any type of longevity to it. So that is a red flag. And then you can see they updated the artwork to not have the information about this easy to use roll on joystick or rollerball, but they didn't actually remove the verbiage on it. That is a huge concern. So, what this tells me is that this pump overall, it's just another cheap pump, but it's being marketed in such a way as to equate it to a well known, reputable brand. And the fact that it's being sold by a durable medical company is a huge concern to me because I do not expect this pump to last. Honestly, let me see if I can show you on the camera. So, see these little chips? This started happening as soon as I started handling the pump. This pump, I've maybe used it for about an hour and a half in the testing this weekend, and it's already got chips. The paint on this is going to come off. I would not expect this is going to last. The screen on this is, let me get that on for you. It's very dim. It's very hard to see. It's kind of awkward. This is a cheap pump. If this is something that I had paid $30 or $40 on Amazon for, I probably wouldn't be super mad at it. If you buy a $30 pump on Amazon, you get what you get. That is the type of quality you're getting, but it's being marketed for 140 to 150 and could use up your insurance benefits, and that to me is a huge concern. So is this pump the same as the Baby Buddha? Absolutely not. It wants to be like the Baby Buddha, but it cannot be like the Baby Buddha. The quality is not there, the performance is not there, the suction is not there. This is not a competitor. This is just a cheap pump that hopefully will disappear from the market sooner rather than later, because this is not something moms need. Overall, I'm not real pleased with what I found. Kind of honestly a little disgusted. This appears to be a scam cheap pump. I really don't recommend moms buy this pump, and I really don't recommend you waste your insurance benefit. on this pump. This is not where it's at. So that is my review on the Primo Passi pump. I hope that that helps somebody. I will link below to a blog that's got the information about the suction patterns on it so you can make a choice for yourself what you feel about it. Um, but I don't recommend this pump. This is not high quality. I don't expect it to last, and I don't think it's something that mom should invest in. So hopefully this helps somebody. Let me know if you have any questions.